Welcome everyone on day 2 of the 7th FiNext conference presented by Intershine Technologies, and we are going to kickstart with the next panel discussion, which covers the topic. It's a wonderful topic actually. It is something we talk about women empowerment, we talk about women in every industry, and we welcome that. And of course, the next discussion is going to be an all-women discussion. In fact, it's called Women in Fintech, and I'd like to introduce you all to our esteemed speakers for the panel discussion. So the moderator for this panel, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Christelle Metni with nearly a decade of experience at BankMed. She demonstrated exceptional skills in customer service and sales coordination, addressing complex client needs, cross-selling financial products, and leading branch employees. And I love the fact how all the women sitting in front of me clapped for her. Wonderful. Women power. Let's go. Well done, guys. Next. The males would, certainly. We always do for women, don't we? Okay, so the next one of our first panelist on this panel is a seasoned finance professional with over 20 years of international experience, currently serving as the Chief Operating Officer and Chief Financial Officer at Kyndryl. Kyndryl or Kyndryl? Kyndryl, okay. Kyndryl. She has excelled in leading global finance and operational excellence initiatives, particularly in the Middle East and Africa, MEA, and Central and Eastern Europe, which is called CEE markets. So it's Elena, Overchuk. Our next guest specializes in designing and implementing state-of-the-art testing frameworks to ensure the delivery of reliable and high-performing software solutions. I'd like to extend our gratitude to and would like to welcome Ms. May Abdul Monem. Next, I was talking about a heated discussion that we had outside, so I came to know about something about the next panelist. She's smiling at me, and I like that because she has a lovely smile. So I'd invite Miss Naoual Slimani, and I took your name correctly now. No? Naoual. How do you pronounce it, Naoual? Naoual. Yeah. Naoual Slimani. A trusted leader in payments industry. She brings deep expertise in financial technology, but I can tell you one thing about her: she knows nothing about cricket. That's the discussion that we were having. So, so she's done a lot of things actually, and I'm pleasantly surprised at this. She is the Chief Executive Officer and President of NS Advisory. Her career spans impactful roles in cards industry across UK, Europe, and North America, driving innovation and excellence in financial services. And you've done so much, you don't need to know about cricket. That's all right. That's all right. Our last panelist on the panel is the founder and CEO of Wavelength Group. She's a leading expert in cross-border M&A, fintech, and venture capital, executing over 130 deals worth. That's how many zeros are there in 1 trillion? That's huge. She is? Okay. So basically, she's a rock star. Let's put it that way. Let's welcome Aina Hatano. As the CFO of Core Semiconductor, she drives Japan's semiconductor strategy with pioneering global business innovation, and she looks lovely in the traditional attire as well. That's absolutely wonderful. Put your hands together for one of those panel discussions that I'm looking forward to. So take it over. The moderator is Ms. Christelle Metni. Over to you, Christelle.
And thank you.
Not done.
And thank you for joining us today. My pleasure to be here with you. I will start and introduce our panelists. Elena Overchuk, Middle East COO at Kyndryl, an American IT company spun off from IBM company in 2021. And May is fintech business and technology expert. Naoual Slimani, founder of NS Advisory. And finally, Aina, CEO of Wavelength Group. It's a group that do many business advisory, merger and acquisitions, wealth management, all over the world. So let's start with our questions. I will start with Elena. How do you support the woman to get to the C-level in corporation?
Thank you for the question. Over the 20 years of experience in American corporation, I figured out there is 5 ways that you can make it up to the top, to the C-level. And first is to start, it's not just what you know, but who you know and how visible you are. So first it's your mentorship program. So for example, in the big American corporations, they always support you, they give you the advice, and when you join the corporation, they usually have a mentor and mentee relationship. And it's a once a quarter, for example, I'm the mentor to the young females. It's once a quarter conversation. Where is your career path going to? What are your passion? Where do you develop? Where do you see your career progression? What is the next opportunity role? And then I'm coming to the point number 2, it's mentorship. So basically, it's not just, mentorship and sponsorship. So who do I know, which is the next role? And it's not just an advice, but it's also to give the opportunities to the women leaders to be on the short list for the next manager or C-level position. And with this, I was very fortunate, even though it was men, slash also, I think I had 2 women mentors, and mostly of them were men, based, I don't know, I've been to 4 regions, based out of Russia, based out of London, Azerbaijan, US and UK, and here in MIA for the last 7 years. So once you see that you're really sure about what you want to do, where do you want to develop, and they know that you're on the short list for the next position. So that's on sponsorship and mentorship. Second is unconscious bias. So what I've noticed that we are underpaid compared to men, and sometimes we're afraid to speak up. And I just figured out. I just figured out on the last discussion with my GM or with our general manager that I'm paid 20% less for the same band as the other, and I just went into his room and said it out loud. So the next day I got a pay rise. So it's just as simple as that. Again, companies like ours have a KPI on diversity and inclusion. So on each of the managers' reviews with US corporation with the high execs, it's right on the first chart how many women are represented in the leadership positions, and they really follow this. Again, promote work-life balance. I started my career twice when I had kids, so I needed to start it right all over again. So I mean, you lose like 1-2 years of your life, and you need to start again from not manager position, but as a specialist position. And again, represent visibility. Make sure you foster this culture within the corporation. For example, the women who are in the fintech startup, it's again, invest in female entrepreneurs because it's much harder to make the business. I can realize, being from the corporate world, how hard it is to make it on your own. Yeah, and final thought, it's not just about fairness. Yeah, we're not women here just because we're women. It's about also business success. It was proven by Harvard Business Review that if the women are represented in the leadership position, the company performs better, the financial results are better, and it's a non-biased decision making that at the end of corporation is getting the success from. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. As per Naoual, your question is, how do you see to empower the woman to do a startup in a male-dominated industry?
All right, so I'm not gonna lie, whatever Elena said comes for both corporate world and for both startups and founders. But I'm gonna have to align with the fact that when you're working in a corporate, you have the idea, you have to align it with people to confirm with management, but when you're doing it alone, you kind of have to have the idea between you and yourself, so you kind of have to own your idea, own your value, because, as we said, we were biased because from we were kids, I mean, men had the dominance in the fintech industry. We just came in afterwards. So when you own yourself, you kind of know how things will work, and be sure that whatever you have as expertise or whatever idea you have in is okay, and you know your value. That's what's going to make you a better person. That's what will make your startup a better startup. And in addition to that, as Elena said, mentorship is something that needs to be there everywhere. So you need to reach out when you need help. I mean, it took me a lot of time to understand that. I'm not gonna lie to you. It used to be something in the corporate world when I was working in MasterCard that we had mentors. It was something like a given, but when I got out, I thought that I'm having the expertise to do everything. I mean, I know what I'm doing. Program management is my way of doing things. So it kind of was like, okay, I don't need anything. As long as the program is working perfectly, as long as my product is okay, I don't need mentorship, I don't need anything. Having a perfect product is a given. You need to have that, but you need to reach out to people. You need to have your network. You need to understand, sometimes when you only talk about whatever you've done as a mistake, you kind of get back a value to, like, you're thinking outside of the box and you're seeing it from another level. You can understand what you did wrong at a certain point without even having the other person reach out, or just, it's just questions that you need to get. Sometimes mentorship is just questions that need to be asked. That way you can breach the fear that you had. So for me, it's having your own value and knowing what you're doing, trusting what you are as a woman, and not afraid, because I had the idea of programming since 2017, and every time I start pitching at friends, especially guys, because only guys are in the fintech, oh no, you can't do it, that's too complex, that's an iceberg that you cannot reach. So it took me from 2017 until 2022 to start. So own your ideas. Whatever you think is good, it's going to be good. We have a sixth sense, you guys.
Yeah, amazing. 100%. I want to ask now May. Yeah. May, the fintech industry is a fast-paced and innovation-driven. What challenges have you faced as a woman in this field, especially in a technical leadership role, and how you navigated them?
The first thing that only the girls mentioned right now, that how to prove your technical expertise in male-dominating space, that was really challenging. Because I have been questioned many times about my technical expertise. If I'm pretty sure that I have a really good technical expertise. That was one of the most challenging points that I face in the fintech in general, not about my company, it's about in fintech companies in general. And I proved myself, I didn't let this to get me down. I proved myself by having delivering a high technical and strong technical strategies, identifying the business gaps in the products that we have in the life cycle, and how to influence others with your ideas and decisions regarding. Actually, I'm sorry to say that, but girls more in analytical mindset, and we can figure out where is the gap could be, and we can have a very good risk assessment. I'm not saying that we have an advantage than others, but I'm saying that we have something we can add to the product itself. We can add to the quality of the product, delivering to the customer experience satisfaction. So I just position myself from being just a technical person, just highlighting or executor, to be in a strategic leadership position. This is what wasn't easy, but I moved from being just focusing on testing, automation, and all of these stuff to be in start shaping how fintech solutions could be delivered, and how the products could be built, and starting from the development stage to the production, or being used by our end users.
Sorry, just to push your point, I love what you said, because there is a balance between men and women. They do, but we do with thinking. We have attention to details that makes us, improve things. Yes. So I love the way you said it. It was so good. Plus, I love the way that you're calling us girls.
Thank you. Aina, fintech is evolving rapidly with innovations like AI, blockchain, and embedded finance. How do you see the role of women evolving in this dynamic space? And what steps can organizations take to foster female leadership and participation in fintech globally?
Thank you for the question. The question is first one is how I see the women leadership in this industry, and then when I see those technologies, and then it's brilliant, and then but it's always about why we're doing this, and then the answer is for the market, for the users, and then those technologies should serve the best for the users, and then of course the user, including the women. And then before, it's really man dominated, and then still now, that's why we're here, to have a voice. And then, but still, when you serve for the market, you have to include the women, obviously. And then, like, so as an expert expert advisor for those startups or the enterprises who mainly make decisions by men, but they need the perspective from the women. And then I really like to emphasize this, women has a special unique lens into this financial inclusion and also ethical AI and user-centric unique design. And then so for making this opportunity to include the women by making the most of this special lens is really important. And also, like, from my clients, why they need women lens is also, or advice from my team, who includes also the women, is mostly when they focus on the unique technologies and when they focus on how to win the market, they just focus on win the market, then competition. But then in that case, they kind of start forgetting about why they're doing this. And then they start forgetting about the users, but more like looking each other to compete each other. And then, but it's mainly for the users again. So in that case, like, I always talk to my clients what your vision is all the time, to getting back to the core vision, so that like we can really collaborate together. And that's what I feel we need, the women leadership in this industry. And also how to foster the market, women leadership in this industry is, as you guys mentioned, like mentorship program is also very important. And I just released to the Japanese market how to proceed the mergers and acquisition, because in these 20 years I've been in this cross-border mergers and acquisitions since 2006. So it's around like 20 years. But I have only see less than like 5 women who can make decision. Like, I would say 2, including me.
Wow, amazing.
And then, so it's really, really highly man-dominated.
Yeah. Okay, Elena.
Yeah, but so how to foster women leadership is to be recognized. It's really important. Like, I can be here to lead my team, and then who can make a decision. And also implement those mentorship program is also important. And also when I hire people, when I post the job opportunity for like experts as senior consultants for my company, like, I often get lots of male candidates. And then when I post the job opportunity for my assistants, and I only get female candidates. But then, like, when I start interviews for those male who try to be senior consultants, and then I ask them to become my assistant first to learn how it works. And then also for those female candidates, I try to give them an opportunity to study more about how the market works, because they are kind of afraid to be in front of people because they feel their lack of education or their lack of